A secret recording now public where an Alabama police officer named Troy Middlebrooks, he can be heard saying a local resident needs a, quote, goddamn bullet. Now it's surfaced and Middlebrooks, he's still a cop. We have a snippet of that recording we'd like for you to listen to.
Between me and you, the motherfucker was fucking me. I'm telling you right now, if you fucking hit me or threaten my life, I would fucking kill that motherfucker, whatever I had in that fucking house. And before the police got here, I would fucking put marks all over my shit, make it like he was trying to fucking kill me. I goddamn guarantee you, what would it look like? Self-fucking defense. Fuck that piece of shit.
Nick, we can hear on this tape, Middlebrooks, he's speculating about murdering a local black resident here named Vincent Bias. Now, he was saying that he was going to stage the crime scene, make it look like self-defense. This rage that he's expressing on this tape, you know, reportedly it comes from an arrest that he made. He arrested Bias prior to this on a drug charge. Bias was released on bail. You know, he's so angry over this. He's talking about putting a bullet in him and making it look like self-defense. You know, and the guy is still a practicing police officer walking the streets of Alexander, Alabama right now.
Yeah, you know, as a police officer, it's your job, right, to have a good judgment of what's right, what's wrong. You're supposed to keep up peace and bring justice to the community. And the fact that you're being blatantly recorded, you're being heard saying that you're going to stage a crime, stage someone for something, and you still have your job is just outrageous. What do you have to do? I mean, the fact that he still has his job is unbelievable to me, and actually, he hasn't really been punished that much. Actually, it's been the opposite. In the past few years, he's actually been commended by Alabama for you know, reducing property crime.
I mean, if that doesn't beat all, then this shouldn't shock you either. The city police chief, his name is Willie Robinson, he said, you know what, he told this to The Guardian, Middlebrooks was, quote, disciplined. Now, discipline, I'm not even sure what that means over this incident. He was not terminated from the force. He remains on parole today. I think, you know, when I think of discipline, I think, did they take him out back and paddle him? What kind of discipline are we talking about? This man.
Don't do that again.
Right, that's what this sounds like. You know, I want to point out the fact this isn't the first encounter of controversy that this police officer, Troy Middlebrooks, has had. He was the first responder on the scene when his colleague, I should say, another police officer, Tommy Manis, shot and killed an unarmed black man named Emerson Creighton. This was in March of 2014. Now, in this specific case, Creighton was at a restaurant late night. He was coming out of the parking lot. He was actually driving his car, and this is where it gets tricky. So this 21-year-old kid, Emerson, he turned his car, and the police officer said that he thought that he was going to use his car as a weapon against him, which is why he shot and killed him. Middlebrooks responds to the scene, corroborates everything that officer said and to state investigators, and both men remain on the force. You know, if I were, you know, related to this man who died, there isn't anything in me that wouldn't stop me from reopening this case, demanding that somebody take a look at it, because you have someone who's clearly okay with lying and staging crime scenes, still a practicing police officer who was involved in a death of an unarmed black citizen.
Right, and who is he to come on the scene and say, oh no, this guy's good?
What are the odds that he was telling the truth in that case? I mean, clearly the man has no problem, you know, fabricating stories.
Well, you could tell on that recording, the way that he's talking about it, it's so nonchalant. It seems like he knows, you know, from past experience exactly what he would do to make sure that this guy is framed and guilty, even though he didn't do anything. He knew exactly how to get him. I'd put some marks on myself and I'd get him. So it's just the way that he even talks about it is kind of like he knows what he's doing, you know.
We need to point out, just to give a backstory now, he was talking to Bias's brother-in-law, who happens to be a white man. Bias is black. That's who did this recording of the officer. And when this tape was released, obviously he didn't know he was being recorded. When the tape was released, Vincent Bias actually turned around, sued the city of Alexander, Alabama, was awarded a measly $35,000 for this tape being released. The man still kept his job. Nothing else has happened. You know, it's just astounding.
Yeah, and it's nothing new. Officers, you know, kind of coming to the aid of others officers, getting their back when they know that they're in the wrong,
even if they get their backs.
Giving money to shut people up. It happens all the time. We have to face, you know, huge corruption in this country. I think it's something that we don't talk about enough.
Right. Anyway, we'd love to know what you think at home about Troy Middlebrooks, what he said on this tape. Are we just taking it out of context? Are we being too sensitive? Or did you hear him say, like the rest of us did, that he would have killed this man and staged a crime scene? Log on, post those comments below about this story while you're at it. Be sure to check out the rest of our channel and, of course, subscribe to the Lip TV 2 for more.